For sure, for sure, for sure. So Blackout Tuesday, man. Blackout Tuesday. Let's kind of talk about it. Um let's talk about it in two different ways. I want to talk about the movement. Like let's talk about the movement. How everybody's on social media posting their blackout squares. Black Lives Matter. Now, the organization of Black Lives Matter that actually has been funded by a white billionaire. Do not quote me on the name, but when we are blacking our social media, which is our form of connection to the world, which is really the connection to the world, we actually censoring ourselves when it comes to the Black Lives Matter movement. Now, I do have a couple things to say about that. Who created it for number one, and what's the end goal? Because if I'm looking at it and I'm seeing, everything is blacked out, that means we're not relaying any new information that has been going on as far as the riots, the justice for George. There's nothing going on. It kind of, to me, it seems like a censorship. It always leads me back to the same question, like who actually started this whole agenda, and how did it start on this day? Why this day? Why are we doing it on this day? And I understand why we're doing it, because as the whole black community, I mean, enough is enough. I just think, if we're gonna post black squares after today, are we still gonna have that same enthusiasm? Are we still gonna be to a point where we actually supporting the movement as we doing stuff in unity? What I would have liked to see is, instead of the celebrities being puppets and trolls to the voice of the black people, I would have liked to see that an organization, had us donate $1, of our money to actually go to a cause where it can give us our voice. It can give us those doors. It can give us whatever we need in silence, because we don't want to tell anything. Whatever we need, so that we can be better prepared, better suited, that we can understand what's going on, so we can really educate on what's going on. Because as of right now, I think we're undereducated. We have to educate to know, how do we do peaceful rioting, that we're protesting the best way that we can protest, and also, are we doing it correctly? Because at the end of the day, all we're looking for is this equality in the world. We're not looking for anything else. We're just looking for equality in the world, because I'm pretty sure everybody that's attending this live, we have a voice, but we also have where we have to learn how to use it in a way that it can be effective to the people. Blackout Tuesday, I'm just at a loss, because I'm like, okay, who are we supporting here? Everything to me seems like an agenda. I don't think if anybody else understands that, or kind of see that what's going on, it's a form of censorship. So on my thing, I would advise that, hey, look, we need to post more of the real, post what's really going on. Let's post that this is maybe an organized situation from the government, because I've seen a lot of videos where the police department is actually burning down the buildings. They're actually looting some of the stores. They're hiring white individuals to write on the wall, and then blaming black individuals. So we have to come to a place to where we need to get this information out, and what day is today that this information shouldn't be out. It's so many questions that actually go in my mind. I'm like, yo, what are we doing? What are we doing? We need to post more, but we need to understand what we're posting, because sometimes posting can kind of get misconstrued, and that we can get into a place where we're not supposed to be at, because we're watching social media. So it's a lot of questions, man, with this Black Lives movement. It's just it's so much. It's so much. I think right now, man, it's actually falling in place on what they kind of already got, as far as our agenda. Like, I've seen people, okay, even if we're going to do Blackout Tuesdays, you know what I mean? There's still postings on social media. So that means something fell through the crack. someone's not being supported. Someone's not supporting it. They're trying to stop all streams from YouTube. You know, it's like, what is the real agenda? Like, are we really trying to stop everything? Because I'm looking at it in I wanted to say 5 segments. First, you know, they gave us the fear of the whole coronavirus thing. Now with this Blackout Tuesday, is just, to me, seems like a form of censorship. Next, to me, I think it's gonna go to like one of them blackouts for real, where we're blacked out for real, that we cannot communicate to the rest of the world. So they're gonna shut everything down. You know what I mean? And then they're gonna implement a shutdown where it's some funny stuff to do with the whole voting aspect. And then from the voting aspect, we're gonna go to this agenda where, okay, we're over the coronavirus, but in order for our world to become normal again, now we have to push these vaccines to everybody. Now we have to push these vaccines to kids. You know, now we have to push the agenda to make sure everybody is vaccinated so we can keep tabs on everybody in the world with this new security, with this new drone security. It's so much, you know, this 5G technology, it may not be nothing, but the technology and where it's at is very dangerous, man. They can be able to face scan your face, understand what you like to eat, what you like to do, where you've been yesterday, where you're going the next day. This stuff is really like, you know, it's crazy, you know. Snow, you already know what the vibes is, man. I'm just dropping some jewels, just really just getting at it today. You know how we do it.
Yeah, man. I'm taking in. You know, I called you. You know, I just, we was talking this morning. Then all of a sudden, I started seeing the post, the whole, blackout this, or different, different things, and yeah, I'm trying to see like what's the goal. You know what I'm saying? What's the agenda? And then even like I'm going through like some of the smaller towns. It's like, man, we got to learn. That's why we've been saying it on this show. We've been saying it from the jump. Education, education. Now that people are interested, let's get them the right information so that we can get the right, so that we can get the right actions to follow. I'm the same way. At the end of every speech, it seems like every leader is coming out. They're still trying to get us to vote. You know what I'm saying? It's like they go hard, but then it's like, well, you want to see change? It's still like playing into the agendas, playing into the roles. It's kind of like, like a food company being sponsored by the tobacco company type, the whole thing, man. And so when we seen some of the same videos where, some of my family members had sent them over to me, where the like you said, ladies of other cultures, of other races, spraying spray painting, BLM or Black Lives Matter on, and they're like moving in units. These ladies are actually moving around. They actually have a security guard with them. When the ladies went to kind of press them, they kind of, migrated away from it or whatever. And so it's not that I don't know enough about, what's going on to just get in it. And
Correct.
it's the code, man. It's like the whole mind's your business, man. Like as a people, I can't be more mad about you than what you are, than what your people are. And as much as everybody's talking about protesting and talking about, what they want to do, man, the mother of the victim is saying, chill out. The mother of the victim is saying, chill out. You know what I'm saying? So how is it that, you running, how is it that people are going harder than she going about the situation? If she, if
Main one
let
affected.
it go, let it go. Because I mean, one thing what people don't understand, for you protested, but this is still keeping his name going. Like you're not even giving her and the family even time to mourn. Like y'all, it's keeping it fresh. And so like real life come into play, man. You got to be considerate. And when you've lost people, and when you've been in real life situations, it's just like, man, it's not enough of, minding your own going on, man, because it's not enough structure. And my other points about it is, like you said, it's definitely, I definitely see it as a form of censorship. I was talking to some other business because I've been traveling, man, stopping in just like the smaller towns, man, Albany, and just getting feedback from people. Like those cities are, they have great relationships among the community, white, black, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like
Mhm.
people are protesting in other cities and making it bleed over to areas that it is not even affected like that. You know what I'm saying? And so, but my people that I'm talking to, they're like, you know, we're business people. We're tree people. So we do business for everybody. Like we can't stand up and be on some blackout. You know what I'm saying? If I'm using my social media to promote my business to network, I'm not really on it to push um just, you know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm on it to push, man. Like I'm down with supporting, I'm down with meeting who I need to meet with. I'm down with doing things, organizing things in private. Contact the owner who needs to be contacted. We just run to social media so much and it's not being effective. It's broadcast and okay, meet me here at this time. And you still give the opposition time to set up and do
Correct.
all these things. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not surprising anybody with it. You're scheduling it, and quite frankly, a lot of them have been reckless. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
I just don't have enough information on it to just jump in it, and then we media. You know, at the end of the day, I'm media. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so
We have a own our
I
look. They
kind
might
of
think we have our own agenda. You know what I mean? So we
yeah,
can't kind of get into that situation,
yeah.
man. Not at all. You
I
know,
just
and then what about the celebrities, man? Like I haven't the celebrities got so much of a voice right now, right? They can post a black photo, right? But they won't share their wealth or resources with the people. That's strange, right? All this money in the world that they have that they've been making from the shows, and they still getting money from streams. You know, they still getting money from album sales, stream sales, whatever that they're getting money from, endorsements and all that. But they can't create a organization where it can help us and educate us, learn how to do this stuff properly. And there's still people in need. Like this whole COVID thing, like come on, where was these rappers and these celebrities that we supported so hard year on out faithfully at their concerts? You
yeah.
know what I mean? They concerts, streaming their music. But then when it's a crisis, we don't hear from them. They in Jamaica on vacation. You know what I mean? They're living their best lives. We see them living their best lives while most of the United States or most of the U.S. citizens, their supporters, are struggling. Got
Correct.
a problem with that, man. I really, after this whole quarantine thing and when things get back to the new normal, I don't think we should be supporting how we used to. They're gonna have to earn.
And just to interject on that, not and I can't I'm not holding the entertainment aspect as higher. I got a lot of my ties is in like ministry and stuff like that too. So a lot of my close friends I'm talking to, different pastors and stuff. I know I've been challenging, like I said, I've been in the back office just challenging people to like, yo, you got to come out with a purpose. At this time, like, how are you really servicing your community? And that's what it's about. And shout out to the leaders that are doing it, man. I'm one of the pastors out of Birmingham, brother, doing a real good job on keeping. He has like a mega ministry as well, man. But he's still standing with the quarantine. But like he's elevated his ministry, like you know what I'm saying. He's doing like different angles. It's not like he's just coming on doing this, and then when he's not
Yeah.
doing that mess, he is out there donating masks to other churches that that want to go to church that may not even have the resources. And that's what I'm saying. Like in this time, can we at least like be excellent? Like take the time out. You don't have to rush back to doing anything, man. Like it's time for education all the way around. I would like to see churches break it down. Like it was a lot going on a Sunday. Now you can break it down. Monday, we just praise and worship. You know what I'm saying? Thursday, we're gonna have communion. It is time to reach people. It's been so much trickery. I'm looking
Mm.
forward to drawing people and bringing people in to what the title says. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a lot of clickbait and a lot of things we do, but even in the wording, of being crafty, still let it be that. And so I would rather come to your church on a Tuesday and know it's just prayer. I would rather come to and come in on a Friday and know that, yo, it's just gonna be a praise and worship, maybe a nugget word after, something like that. After, especially after all of this, because it's very few. Some churches and even some small towns that kind of came together on the spiritual and was like, yo, this ain't nothing, no weapon formed against me, and really rock. And didn't have no cases of COVID and none of that either. But for the majority, man, like, no matter what power you say you believe in and how much you think it, everybody went with their natural senses on this one. Nobody was dumb for it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody went with the system. And so I'm excited, man, for the ones that want to plan and really do something together that's gonna yield results and have the consequences in there, because it's consequences to going out here and just jumping out doing things, man. Like, I'm not saying that you don't represent a thing, but at the same time, man, I just think it's ways you gotta do it. And I was raised, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's a certain level of minding your business, and it's a certain level of we gotta ride as a people, man. We gotta stop filming. Like, the people that's filming all these deaths, man, are they working with the people too? Because that's what I'm trying to see. Like, what's really going on? Am I watching production? Am I really watching the full production? Because for real, bro, I don't know if I can sit here and watch, like, police or not. Like, if I see Buddy getting killed, man, at what point, you know, when do, like, ride? Like, if you gonna ride, man, ride. That's like somebody slap you, then you go home the next day, and then you coming back, you extra mad. You know, I lose all of those next day fights. I can't lie. You know what I'm saying? Any fight in my life where we heated on the spot and it, you know, didn't nothing happen, and then they try to come back the next day, I'm off of it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't hold that, and I can't rekindle something. And so it's just so many questions, man. And it's so much going on. And this has not been the first, you know what I mean? And I cannot even say that it's been the worst thing that's happened, you know what I'm saying, to a race of people, you know, or to anybody. Like, things are on cam now. I get it. But at the same time, man, it was on cam long enough for somebody else to get in there to shake it up. Like, it's not enough, man. It's just too much productions going on, man. Every person holding cameras, and after the person died, then they want to say, "What the heck? What the heck? What the heck?" And so,
man, I think clout, man. Clout is more important than the human life right now. You know, what's more than getting a like? You know, what's more than getting somebody's video, getting the entertainment, than to actually call 911 when these situations happen. Call somebody, call help. But we too busy trying to get our likes up, our views on YouTube and Instagram and all these social medias of just media, of just killings, slaughtering. We're getting desensitized. Because I remember, and I don't like to really say this or not, I can see somebody get shot, killed, and it does absolutely nothing for me. That is unhumane. That is, we're getting to a point where that is like, it's normal. It's like sneezing or shaking somebody's hand. It becomes normal where we're so used to it now. That is not normal. That is not normal. Back in the day, I used to be screaming and looking at it weird, and you know, it make me feel some type of way. We in 2020, that stuff does not even bother me, and that's a problem.
It's out there. See, my whole thing is, okay, I'm with Blackout, but Blackout for Change. Let's get it back to the senses. You know, if you're gonna sensitize. Like, but the internet got it to where it's hard to even have a censor, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
correct,
everything is going on being shown. So it's like, let's stand up, man. Let's stand up for the real. Let's stand up for a real agenda and just not make it a thing. Like, it's just like when I woke up and seeing everybody looking old on Facebook or everybody looking old on Instagram. It's a thing. It was no announcement made or no countdown like New Year's Eve to like roll out. Like, I'm like you. I want to know, like, where does it start? Where the idea? Because I'm in marketing. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. We put campaigns together. Anything that you just get people doing like this, man, it was a plan. Somebody say, yo, do this, it's going to do this, and then it's going to yield this result. That's all I'm saying. I need to know what I'm buying into. Do I want it to yield results that it's going to yield? You know what I'm saying? Do I want it to yield the results that is going to yield? You know, and that's
maybe the coronavirus wasn't good enough. You know, maybe a certain agenda wasn't enough to, or it wasn't projected to where they wanted to be at, and they wanted to plan something else. I mean, it's just so many questions that we have to ask ourselves, man. Like I'm still baffled. Like, where did it come from? Blackout Tuesday. Now, I did hear something about, I mean, T.I. mentioned that he doesn't want black people or anybody of race to spend money on a certain day. Now, that does do something. It does hurt the economy. You know what I mean? It does tap into their pockets because they give us money to stimulate the economy and we're not spending it.
But yeah,
I can understand something like that.
Let me say this though, but this is my thing, bro. I don't see it's no system in place. They still don't have clean water in Flint. Like, yo, they still don't have clean water in Flint. Like, you go to these places, you ride to these places. Every time we come together, they get money. All right, so when what part was that, Mississippi or years back when all the BT, everybody went down there to this spot. Okay, because of that tree, the tree with the lynching and that whole incident that happened. All right.
Yeah.
You got everybody on it. But guess what? That town ate. They made millions. So many people came in, and it was like we flooded to a place that was racist or whatever. We flooded to a place that was not for what we're for. Why was we there? We stimulated their economy, like they still good. You see what I'm saying? Like we all went down there, and everybody that went down there, a million people went down there. So even if everybody went down there, only spent $1, which we know that was accurate. It's more like everybody that went down there spent more like $30. See what I'm saying? And so we saying there's something. These people, man, they do what they do. They plan in the back, man. They do something, and they know the reaction it's gonna get, and the reaction that they're getting. But see, they're not ready for a response, man. We're talking about responding. They, the people that are planning this stuff and that are trying to attack, however people want to look at it, those people that with that deep. It's coming from a plan, man. And I'm saying I'm down to support, but man, have a plan for the people that's just running out here on the front line, man. If one of them get banged up, you know what I'm saying? What kind of fun? Yo, if y'all out there protesting and they bang you up, call this number right here. Or if one of your people get locked up while they protesting, call this number. We gonna bail them out. Hey, call this number if your city starts to run low on these type of supplies. That's what I'm talking about. All this, I want to be all this self-sufficient, all this independentness, and nobody's independent. You got to have help to even be considered independent. And so I'm just saying, man, it's like, it's time to just get educated, man, and make real decisions, man. And don't be afraid to, fulfill your purpose. It's not everybody's purpose to be out here protesting. That's not part of everybody's purpose. And I can't buy in. Y'all can't keep snowballing everything together, man. When something new happened, y'all didn't do nothing about it. They can say you got Zimmerman name, all this stuff. These people are walking around, normal people, living their lives. You know what I'm saying? And like, so like, I was ready to cut the malarkey, man.
For the show.
But it is, man.
For the show, man.
Like, and give us a real plan. Give us a real manuscript. And this stuff is done in silence. It's done behind the scenes. And then when we come out for the public showing, of course the city has been notified, or the authorities, or how we do it, because you want to operate how you operate. Like I said, man, I'm just, all lives matter, man. I'm not You know, it's not that I'm not for Black Lives Matter, man. Like I'm a positive person. I'm very optimistic. You know what I'm saying? I consider
Mm-hmm.
myself to be a man of God, and all lives matter. And you just gotta get educated. I think we as a people are mad that we not we wasn't the slave master. It's almost like you want to, in history, you either getting this done to you, or you the one doing it. And that's the thing, man. That's the crazy part about it. You had blacks on black, man. Black on black has
Yeah.
always been worse than any other thing.
Correct.
We take
Correct.
time to educate, man. What we do to each other is worse, man. It was a Crip that killed Nip, man. Like what we do, it's always somebody get close to us. On the Malcolm X, them, they say with some Muslim brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like so it's just too much black on black, man, to try to get the whole world on board with a movement when we not taking time to educate. We live in a different time, and even though the slavery was real, the stuff that these people went through was real, but they went through it for different reasons. But we had our own. We had our own black in certain towns in Carolina, some places, like we had our own bus systems and stuff like that. But we have our own bus system. They abandoned riding our own bus system where we own the whole bus line, the whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
Abandon that to protest why they can't ride on why they gotta ride on the back seat of something else. But education is not out there. Yeah, you riding on the back seat of these people's bus line, but it's not. But we had our own businesses thriving back then, man, and nobody made us walk away. We as a people constantly walking away from what we do because we pocket watching. We looking at what other races are doing, what other people are doing, and we be selling out ourselves. And so I'm like, if you black out, man, okay, black out the BS. You want black out Tuesday, black out the BS. Let's live it from the present, man, and educate and live life from the time that we in right now, man. You know what I'm saying? We live in a time where it's contract. And did they even view slavery how we view it? That's the other thing. Are we even taking some of this stuff out of context? Are we taking it like? Are not some of us are not we slave to the jobs? We get in contracts, we go and we don't like it, but we agree to do this because it's gonna give us provide a certain thing. If money wasn't involved and the person is saying they're gonna give you a house for your family, you got food, you got access to whatever, money's not involved, you just gotta do the work. Would you not agree to do the work? So like we just gotta look at stuff for the context that it's in, man. And
Yes, sir.
I'm like, yo, prosecute everybody, man. All lives matter. Prosecute the ones that's recording it and watching it happen. You accessory to murder as well, man. You know what I mean? That's really my take on it. You know what I mean? We want to talk about the 4 white officers. You know what I'm saying? But what about the 10 black bystanders? Like, what's up? It was more of y'all then. Like, what I'm saying, yo.
Y'all could have got that officer off that man's neck like that.
That's all I'm saying.
It's just you seen that man screaming "mommy," man, a grown ass man screaming "mommy." You couldn't go over there and just get the man off, because if you look at that video closely, that officer looked like he was gonna say something but didn't say it. Like he was like, "Okay, man, get off that man's neck like that," but he didn't say it.
Nobody pressed, bro. Like
nobody pressed the issue.
Thing is, you ain't gotta touch them. You know what I'm saying? You gotta run out there and football. But in that time, bro, he deserved to be football tackled. You know what I'm saying? And then my whole thing is, yo, if the system is not gonna support, or if one person can't be a hero and know that, yo, my culture gonna ride with me. If I gotta go to jail for, if I gotta do these 3 years, I'm good because I did it for a cause, and maybe they'll win and back me, bro. As much as they try to make it like we together, man, we not together like that. We not on the same page, man. And like we should and there's no pressing going on because all people had to do was press. It wasn't that you got to touch those officers. If you press them, that's going to make them uncomfortable to where they got to move or shift. And so I'm just like, man, I'm with it,
You
but I'm
let it.
black out the bull joint. Stop recording it. You know what I'm saying?
Cut the malarkey, man. Cut the malarkey out. It's crazy, man. It's the world that we live in right now. It's definitely crazy. I don't support it at all. You know, we do more filming than anything. Like you said, man, the black community has always been like segregated. We always been the poison. We always been killing ourselves, our fellow brothers and sisters. It goes back to mental illness as well. Like, it's just like no one pay attention to mental illness. And then, our ancestors may have been slaved in the old days, but we're still enslaved in our mind, which is dangerous, very dangerous. And me personally, I'd rather go through the physical than the mental, because the mental is going to play with you all day and night. And what you think you're doing, you're really not doing anything, because 90% of Americans clock in and out, on a job that someone's telling you to be at what time, and this is what I'm going to pay you a much an hour. That don't seem like a form of slavery. That don't seem like freedom to me. The land of the free, that's not freedom to me. I can't be nowhere that I really want to because I got to punch in at a certain time. And then when I leave, that's it. Then I only get maybe an 8-hour break before I have to punch in again. Man, that's crazy. That's a form of slavery mentally, and it feels like you in jail. You have a bigger space. You in jail, but you still have a bigger space.
Look, man, the thing about it, man, the bad part about what we deal with on the jobs, and like you said, that form of slavery, you ain't even getting satisfied. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because everything wasn't about beating and this and that. Once slavery was done, you had, it was pretty much an agreement then. We ain't really got nowhere to go. You know what I mean? Beating on me out the way or whatever. But man, but you at that point, now you getting into a thing where you ain't even meeting all your resources no more. So you going out here working just as hard, but now that there's currency in the mix or whatever, it's never enough with the currency. And so, man, it's just time to
the price.
And then upon educating, man, applying that knowledge, man, becoming wiser. You see what I'm saying? Applying that knowledge to your life, the time that we're living in. You know what I'm saying? Acknowledge the grace. I no problem, acknowledge. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Prepare the new, make way for the new school, man. You know what I'm saying? Make way for the new school. You know what I'm saying?
Do we acknowledge the greats though? I don't. I think we skip. I think the new school is skipping that stuff. Like, to them, there is no grace.
I mean, we living in a time. I got grace. In my time, I got grace. I had people. It's several people that was instrumental, you know what I mean? Like, it was key people. I mean, like, I grew up, man, like all the cats is old, like TD Jakes, Miles Monroe, like, you know what I mean? Even Creflo, like, people talk about Creflo, bro, but for him to be a black man having money as long as he had, bro, and the only thing that ever came out about this man was the disciplining of his child, man, after, like, this man ain't had no scandals for real, like, he having money. I can't really talk about money on certain levels because I ain't handling it. You know what I'm saying? And it's so many ways to finesse when you got millions, bro, leaving your money here an extra day, or, you know what I'm saying? You got so much money that your money making money. So those things I can't speak on. I'm just saying from just like personal, you know what I'm saying? Like,
your point of view, yeah.
It's other leaders. You know what I'm saying, is going through different things out here. But all in all, man, I think, like, it's like, I'm like, it's like, it's just loops in the education, bro, because, like, it just don't mean, like, names that held weight when we was younger, man, just don't even, like, hold weight, because it's the people that is representing them now don't hold the same values that the real person had, man. And so the new school is not getting, you know what I'm saying, what that original person was standing for, man. And so it's just like education. And then we have to accept that this new school is doing a lot of creating their own way, man, and they're able to do different things. Cause like I was saying, with this technology, bro, nobody can like lie to you. Like you want to believe that lie these days. If you take in some information and don't research, and that's what I'm saying. I can't just wake up and go to posting with this blackout thing. I got access to too much information, or I got access to too many resources for me not to first, let me see what's going on. Because you constantly got people that are not in a, that they have to go to these same people, man. Like you got the higher ups, like you talking about, telling people stay home, do this. But we see, and they talking about, you can say what you want to say about Trump and the government, but they when this hit, they did their job. They did what they were supposed to do. Now, like you said, celebrities, other people, other movements could have came in with that and and got in with that as well. We not seeing that. We not seeing that.
Well, I'm gonna just say it here first. So today, Today is the 2nd, right? And we're doing a blackout. I'm 100% that there was a whole bunch of killings and wrongdoings today that we refuse to put through social media. I'm 100%. There was slaughtering, killings left and right, people going missing. But what? We're listening to a blackout. We ain't posting nothing. We ain't posting that information. And that could have been valuable information that it would have streamed another set of fire, another set of level of, the rioting. You know what I mean? Because what is so special about the day? It's smart. I think it's a smart genius move. Hey, look, we gonna slaughter a bunch of niggas today, right? But then them niggas is only gonna post blackout. They're not gonna research, because when something's huge is going on, there's something behind the scenes that's getting dealt with.
Yeah.
That's getting dealt with. So what is going on today that we're not allowed to post it? You know what I mean? Because I've been seeing a little bit of posts here and there. There's a lot of military on the streets. There's a whole lot of military on the streets.
Yo, I ain't even gotta go to the post. I just hit Orlando, Florida, man. Yo, my neighborhood normally has a security doing their thing. Yo, they enforcing this. They riding harder now than what they was riding for the corona. This is like the attitude they got now. You would have thought they would have had it about the virus, bro. Outside the complex, man, you pull in the complex, they got 3. You already got your normal security in his car.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got four officers. You know what I'm saying? 3 vehicles. One of them a truck, so 2 of them riding together. The other 4 officers at the front of the joint, really like locking the neighborhood down. No movement after, you know what I'm saying? After 10. And it's worse because even when they were saying it before with the corona or whatever, they wasn't enforcing it. And so they getting people ready, man. Military is definitely moving around, man. They definitely getting ready. And all I'm saying,
they don't come out for nothing. They're not coming out for nothing. So they're here for a reason.
Like we said, man, them folks are gonna keep wasting their gas, man. Like y'all keep acting like y'all gonna really tear something up. Then when the people come, ain't nothing going on, or then it's peaceful, or it's this. It's not peaceful, man. Like it's not peaceful, man. You could say it's a peaceful protest, but if you know it's a fight going on outside, man. Like that's what I'm saying. Why not the same rules applying? Then you say, go on, get away from that. They ain't got nothing to do with you. All I'm saying is I'm for it, but I'm for who the folks that hit. So if it's the people that's connected with Mike Brown, if it's people that's connected with Sandra Bland, like my whole thing is I'm for the victims coming together and riding and they families out there, and then the rest of the world support that, or they go on a campaign and they marching through and the people funding that, let them take it to the different cities, man, because it's just too much finessing And the whole looting aspect, the point is not getting across, man. And regardless, man, like the ops looking real good on this one, man. Like I said, the government did what they were supposed to do, and even in the midst of that, this take place. And like I said, in that city actually did what they supposed to do. That was all this stuff is getting overlooked, man. We taking it to the max, man. You know what I'm saying? We should have been riding when they showed us the mugshot of this girl, this lady laying down dead. We see her dress hanging like they laid her down trying to play us with a mugshot. Like the stuff that's real, they don't want to ride because they can see that the people really about action that did that. If they did that, what they gonna do to you when you stand up against it? So that's what I'm saying, man. It's just like just organized. We live in a world where, man, it's been violent beget violent, and it wouldn't be nothing wrong with everybody riding if everybody was gonna ride, but they not because that 10,000 they gotta die because they just the first ones running in, and really if it really turn up like you said, man, what you going to it's the technology, the drones, like you're not ready, man. You're not ready.
What you trying to go out there, man?
What do you do? To hide from a heat? Okay, if you can hide, how you gonna hide from the heat sensors or whatever? Like, come on, man.
You can. You won't be able to.
Stop acting like you have the resources. Stop acting like you have the military. Stop putting messages out there that's gonna cause people to go out here that don't have those resources, man, and they need jobs. These people are posting all this stuff on social media. Like when this stuff get back together, man, like you want a job, but you sitting down there, they got you sitting on a light pole somewhere in front of a building with your middle fingers up. Come on, man. We seen Rollo, you know what I'm saying? They will hide you. You could be famous. That's even a perfect example. They will hide you, man. All that, like.
Look, if you willing to ride, like everybody's out here willing to be a part of something, you got to be willing to die. Everybody, listen, to be honest, the way the world is going right now, to be a true rider, your purpose is to die out here in this battlefield, because then that will kind of be a voice for the next generation. Some things and some agenda, you have to be willing to sacrifice yourself. If you out here about that ride and stuff like that, and you really want to change, you have to die. All the greats have done it. Martin Luther King, he didn't want to do it, but he had to do it. He was putting himself in positions where he was in the way of a bullet, unfortunately. Rodney King's getting beat up, the Malcolm X and the Tupacs and everybody else. They wasn't afraid of death. They was more into like my purpose and what message I'm putting out. I know this is gonna live on even after me because I already know I have an expiration date.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Exactly. So my purpose right now is to do what I have to do. When I fulfill that, guess what? I'm just victory lapping. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just, and then the word, man, just how they use wordings, blackout. Are they telling us that something's big is gonna happen? What if we lost access to this? Everything is dark. What do we do now? Who can we call? Did we organize something to prevent, the struggles when it really go down? When there's really no social media and they can do whatever they want to do, and they know no one's around to televise or it's gonna go on no media. That's a scary feeling, man. That is a scary feeling. You got to pay attention to the wording, man. The wording of different things. Pay attention to the wording because it means everything. Sometimes it's patented. Blackout Tuesday. So for the next every Tuesday, you're gonna do a blackout. You know what I mean? Why this particular day? Are they prepping for something? It's so many unanswered questions, man. It's man, weird times we live in. 2020, clear vision. You know what I mean? I can definitely see a lot of stuff that I probably was seeing before, but nah, it's clear. It's 2020. I got 2020 vision, man. I want to open up the floors. I know we got some people checking in, man. If anybody want to chime in, they can raise their hand, to talk about whatever. We got Tron out top. You already know what it is, man. Unmute yourself. Let the people know what's up. And yeah, man, we just talking. Blackout Tuesdays. We going live.
Man,
Tron, what's up?
Man, talk to me nice. Don't talk to me twice. Man, this is a crazy time we live in. What I'm gonna say is I definitely seen a lot of people on my friends list go, and I'm gonna say that for the reason being there's a lot of uncovered racism, but I don't think it's a black versus white thing. I'm gonna be real. I think they put a lot of racist people in a position of power, and that's what has to stop. To me, that's what has to stop.
Starts with the head.
And if you want to make change, you gotta be the change. You know what I'm saying? And looting stores and burning down stuff is not the answer.
Do you think it was our people doing that though?
No. I think it's an agenda. I think it's a setup to make us look like we're the ones starting it, when in actuality we're not.
Yeah, because a lot of black people are scared to go to jail, to be honest. You know what I mean? We're not willingly putting ourselves in a position where they can do whatever they want to do. You know what I mean? Like, who's really thinking about going into a Gucci store? I mean, as they see it, yes, they may have done it, just monkey see, monkey do. But realistically, we're not. We're more on trying to, finesse you out of some shit than to really go and blow up some shit, and break into a Louis Vuitton store. Because if it was that, we'd have been doing that. Would have been doing that. So how do they have access to these stores, inside these stores where they're doubled up? There's a door here, and then there's another thing that kind of comes down.
And you know what's funny?
Into that?
You know what's funny? And I found it funny that during all this looting, nobody did anything. There was no cops. There was no kind of law enforcement. I seen cops taking bricks and laying them down so people could smash the windows. I'm like, yo, are you serious? Are you kidding me? So that showed me, like, yo, there's like kind of like an agenda to try to make us look like, we're the bad ones doing it. And then you got, people, you got all types of stuff going on social media. Why is it always Black Lives Matter? Why is it always all lives matter? Why is it, you know what I'm saying? It starts with us, pretty much. And so, the way we treat each other, to me, sometimes, and killing each other for senseless stuff, and and even to me, like, I feel like we need to come together collectively and be a lot smarter with what we're doing. Come up with like a plan. Like you said, what's the end game? After all of this, then what? What's the end goal?
Facts, man.
You can make a post.
You can check the. You probably look. This is funny. It's kind of off topic though, but where's the merchandise that they took? It ain't on nobody's page. Ain't nobody trying to come off of it. I'm gonna be honest. The nigga gonna come out of me. I'm looking for it. Where is the items, that's selling for the low? But I already know me and my soul, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's different up where you at, but I've been checking for it. You know what I mean? Just to see if it's really true or not, because niggas, they go out and do their thing, and then the next time they want to flip it.
Look, though, like you saying, man, like the crazy part in these times is much of this stuff is getting televised and put out in the media, man. The dots don't add up. Like, when stuff really go down, man, like, it's still getting moved. Like,
Say, where's it at? Where's the problem?
If a hit go down and it doesn't get moved, that means it was a calculated hit, and it was getting hit for, it was an order. An order got killed. Yeah. Like, They like that's how you know it's not random, man. Like orders are getting filled, it's not available, they're not going out there. And like you said, it's just not even on the regular person's mind. Like you say you going to a protest. Okay, even college kids, okay, these college kids, they watch, you know, Lil Baby is a major influencer for kids in college or whatever. He stay at Icebox that everybody know he spent a lot of money on his team doing a lot of things. No, these young kids, and they saying it's mainly the young that are out there, they are not built like that, bro. They not even like they not on that like that. You know what I'm saying?
They say we stealing.
They would, let me tell you, and like you said, they would be on social media with it. If I would rob a nigga for his chain and go on social media with it, how much more
can I get?
If I got some gear or if I got something during this time, I'm gonna be posting yo, I got this during the.
Yeah, I got a little situation for the, you know what I mean? You know, but it's not even there. It's not even there. When product is being stolen, that product is still being moved and circulating. Where is the circulating?
I got a question for you guys.
Go ahead.
So, what do you think is the first step? I mean, beside the uncomfortable conversations that we need to have, you know, what do you think is the next step in towards the change?
We stop with the guns with education, bro. However, like right now, everybody's attention. See, this is the reason why I'm pushing the education aspect so hard, because you got a lot of people that actually want to know. You know what I'm saying? And you know, everybody wants to act like they want to run outside when it's time to run outside. All right, but when these people come outside, what you gonna do? I don't like what's going on right now. It's not enough education, because I was growing up to, you know, when you go outside, you gotta be ready for what's gonna come with you going outside. It ain't no go outside, then when the other team come outside, we go back inside. Ain't no I'm going outside because I want to go outside, but then when the other team say you gotta be back inside, we get back inside. That's all I'm saying, man. Like, stop playing. Y'all just out there being disruptive, bro. That's why I say, bro, order, man. You gotta have order. Like, you causing, and I don't even know if the female John Gotti, if she got a mic and she a positioning for house right. But this is what I'm saying. You putting with all this riding, man. You still putting. Okay, for every 1,000 people that's run down there, you probably putting 100 innocent people in danger, because y'all come out of this neighborhood and it's at least 100 people in this neighborhood that's not even with it. But when the hammer come down, the hammer come down.
Man, that's real deep. And then when you talk about education too, you know, it's always going to be a devil's advocate to say, okay, education. You always say education, right? I think we need to go deeper with the education aspect. I just think we need to find credible sources, because you can be educated by a person that's educating you wrong, based upon what their agendas, what they want you to see in their own eyes. So now we got to look for credible resources when we're talking about education. I think we need to go back to the source. We don't need to go back to how it was duplicated and copied and reduplicated, because every time you say something to one person, you may say power, and then the next thing, when it goes over to about 50 other ears, it comes to shower now. You know what I mean? So we have to make sure that we're listening and comprehending, and that we look for credible sources to back up what we're saying. We just can't find the first thing we see and say, oh yeah, that's it. That's it right there. You know what I mean? We got to make sure we go back and see, is that credible? Did that come from a credible person? And if that comes from anybody, you kind of look at their background and say, okay, how are you applying this to yourself, right? To see that it's credible for me to follow. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's crazy.
Before you go to EC, man, shout out to Donald Winston in the building, man. Like they say, man, you know, they basically saying, man, during war, you're going to have casualties. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. I agree, but that's what I'm saying. Like, people don't even understand they taking acts of war. You can say peaceful protest or whatever you want, man. Like it's the other side looking at it as an act of war. Like, why are you even going out here if you ain't ready for the repercussion, man? You could die from the tear gas. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even, and that's what the military, like they said, you being exposed to stuff that these people done had training to be around. They know what to do when it hit their body. They know the different, so it's like, you gotta educate, man. It's just not enough of people understanding why something, and just to give some points on that, like you said, with the education, and we're saying knowing why. Knowing who. Because, see, you could be running out here for somebody who you would say that you don't even deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you Black Lives, your whole movement being funded by the ops that you
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? EC, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, we got you in the building, man. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta, Georgia, checking in too, man. We gonna come to you. I know you got things to say. EC, man, Block Invaders, Jacksonville, man. You in the sit down, man. Gotta unmute yourself. You good?
Yeah, you were exactly right, As far as where's the merchandise? Cause I was just bragging about to my coworkers at work, like, man, they had New York stripped the whole Times Square butt naked to the bone. And then they did it on the West Coast all through Beverly Hills, and you don't see no merchandise nowhere from no coast. You're right. And nowhere on social media. I've been on social media all day searching.
You
see that in my timeline.
Man, you seen it on the movie The Purge, bro. When they showed you, like in Hollywood, the natural senses for us. They say purge. People thinking party. Yo, purge. Yo, we got a purge party going on tonight, bro. Purge party. And it showed you even in that movie, man, the government released the killers. They implemented the killing to, to the point that it get to the point that it is like second nature. Like you said, we done seen so much grand theft. We done seen so much of this, in defense of the ones that I was talking about earlier, the ones that's filming it. We done seen so much of this stuff to where when you looking at it through your phone, that even though you recording it, you watching it yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you almost, you there live and don't even realize you got the power to stop what's going on. But you so into your screen. Crazy. It's crazy.
What you got in the building?
Yo, what's up? I know, you bring the video up. Yo, you want me to unmute you? You got anything you want to say tonight?
Oh. Yeah, what's good people? I'm actually driving and just listening in. I really haven't been able to get into the news, and I haven't been able to really just scroll media today. I too am trying to practice this blackout, but at the same time, I'm asking myself this question: what is it gonna do? Like what is it gonna solve? The problem is deeper than just the things that they talked about as far as Blackout Tuesday, but I'm just listening tonight, man. I'm really just gathering information from different people. But I'm definitely gonna bring some stuff to the table, maybe tomorrow or the next night, because I'm really just trying to see some things. Because it's deeper than it's. I don't know if people really pay attention, man. But like we really can. Before this happened, like man, we was in a good place if our race really used. I'm rolling one this up because I just realized it might have been loud. We was in a real good place, you know what I'm saying? And then this happened, and I wish we could have went about it different, because with the COVID-19, man, I just feel like in so many areas we could have been winning.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost
That
like
isolation time.
we hop from we be hopping from subject to subject. We hop from situation to situation, and life will go like that, man. And you won't even breathe to even like celebrate a victory. You know what I'm saying? Or even celebrate what's going on, man. And so I definitely like, yo, those of us that read a little, man. Like I said, we want to support because we want to, we want to ride with what we want to ride with it. But at the same time, man, it's like I gotta take in information. I'm media, so I don't, even if everybody else was blackout, I gotta come on to tell you that it is a blackout. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing, man. But we are open. You know what I'm saying? Like we understand the different points, the different things that go on. But like we really here, man. Yo, shout out to Dane Calloway, man. We here to make you think. You know what I'm saying? We definitely here to put topics out there that's gonna make y'all think and make y'all question what's going on. And then, like you said, you gotta know how you wanna be, sometimes you gotta stay neutral, man. With everybody who blacking theirs out, like what's being done? You don't know what you exposing, man. And with media, that's what I'm saying. And I think like that was a big thing that I felt like played into like Nip. Like Nip was quiet. He was doing this thing, on the low for the longest, man. And so I feel like Nip had got too comfortable. You know what I'm saying? When he came out, I think he had got, because he had just got real comfortable with what he was saying. And he really revealed his whole plan when he told everybody about that movie, The Spook by the Door. You know what I'm saying? And I watched it. And it was like really, so we gotta, as a people, man, we gotta know how to hold it and how to hold it and how to hold it, man. It's secrets we'll never know about from the ops. You know what I'm saying? But it's like we wanna report, we wanna be loud. And truth be told, some of us won't help. So we want to tell you where we're gonna be at because we want to make sure somebody that'll stop. You know what I'm saying? And so you got all those type of people in the mix, man. But I know female John Gotti, man, we're gonna go to you. I know the temperature was crazy for you out there in Charlotte. You got anything you wanna add in the conversation tonight?
Man, y'all just don't understand. It's just I feel like some things just get blown out of proportion. I understand what everybody's going through. I understand how everybody feel. But y'all know I'm from Buffalo originally. And, my city where I'm from, we already ain't got nothing. So y'all made it look worse. Y'all destroying more stuff. Like it just don't, the results don't make no sense to me, honestly. Like we're destroying our own stuff to get results. But in reality, they don't care about the stuff that we have anyway. So y'all destroying it. It's not like they're going to come and rebuild the neighborhoods. Like they just called the National Guard here in Charlotte. And it's like, I'm looking on the internet. Somebody done ran over the police officers over in Buffalo. It was 12 police officers on dirt bikes today, like riding around up and down my street and stuff. Like, it's getting out of hand in all aspects. And I feel like, yes, people are angry, but I feel like this George Floyd situation is just the icing on top of the cake. Everybody already felt some type of way. They felt like we were already being trapped at home. We already only got a $1,200 stimulus check compared to every other country that were helping out their citizens and doing what they were supposed to do. We done had the highest amount of deaths. Like they telling you can't have a funeral for your loved ones, and they gotta burn these bodies because they're radioactive and it's a biohazard. It's like it's a lot of things going on that people are just angry about, and I feel like this situation was just the last straw. And I feel like at some point you have to get to the root of the problem, because the root of the problem isn't Black Lives Matter, because there are plenty situations that have happened in plenty other people's cities and they did nothing to this extreme about the situation. Like here in Charlotte, The police shot a friend of mine that I went to high school with. The police shot him at Burger King. They didn't riot. They didn't make a big scene about it. They didn't do anything. It was like, oh, we're going to have a candlelight for him, and that was that. But I feel like now, because of what's going on now everybody want to be extra about the situation. And at the same time, it's like, okay, it's understandable, but now things are getting taken to the extreme when you destroy stuff in neighborhoods where people who don't have no car, people who not riding a bus, like they can't get out of the neighborhood to go get these things like medicine and food and stuff like that. You're destroying things in your own neighborhood. You're really destroying yourself. You're destroying your life, and you're destroying the things around you that's gonna help you succeed, not them succeed, because they on a whole nother side of town. So I feel like we need to know and get to the root of the problem and figure out what can we really do as a whole to fix the situation going on around us. And it's like we're not getting no results by tearing up what's ours. It's like as a kid, when you get mad, you break your own toy thinking that you're going to get a new toy, and you still don't get no new toy. So you have to, like, for real, it makes me mad, because it's just like, especially here in Charlotte, like pulling out my driveway, this dude was taking the police on a high-speed chase, and then we wonder why they treat us the way that they treat us. We out here acting like savages, just like they assumed that we were. So we're not doing anything but feeding into the stereotypic ways of them. So it's dumb on our part, because I read a post on Facebook. It was like, we need more Malcolms. We need more Malcolms and less Martins. But at the end of the day, it's all about education. And sometimes we say, oh, they soft, but they got results. Malcolm didn't get as much results as Martin got, because they respected him. They respected the education that he was coming with. Yeah, Malcolm was a lot of violence and he got things done, but think about the backlash that he got from being so violent. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the way you look at the situation and how you portray it. And how I feel is, y'all keep riding around my area, I'm moving. So I ain't got time. But that's my piece for the night. Y'all already know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Wow, you know what I mean? Come on with that little bit of business. Man, we appreciate that.
Every time.
Appreciate that.
That's what he's saying, though, man. Like, you got, it's you know, ultimately, man, you got too many innocent bystanders. It's not a real POA in place. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I'm saying is, for the powers that be, for the ones that really want to make a difference, this is the time to get the manuscript, get the manual together. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the time to get it out there, and you have leaders in these different places, man, and you could implement it, because like, everybody's running wild, they're moving as a unit. And like you said, I'm seeing it, bro. They done got their police force and stuff on point, because just think about it. Okay, at first you had the police forces, they just kind of ride around, maybe patrolling, doing their regular routes. Now they know that they got military backing, so it's like, yo, we just need y'all to do this right here and this right here and this right here. And now it's certain stuff you ain't got to worry about them bothering you about, and they may even think you good, bro. But the hammer that comes down, man, I'm just saying, I'll raise military. It's different. It's different.
Yeah.
Different, bro. You don't.
I got a question too, though. Like, I got a real question too. Do we really care, or are we bored? Like, do we really care, or is it because due to the coronavirus we're bored? It's giving us something to do. Because there's a lot of people. Sometimes I get on social media and I just shake my head, and it's like, it's giving people a chance to act a complete fool that has nothing to do with the agenda that's being put together. They're just out there acting a complete fool, saying the shit that they want to say, practicing Grand Theft Auto in real life, but it has nothing to do with the movement. Like, what are we really doing? And I don't think people really care about it. I just think that we just bored, giving us something to really do. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's like, man, nothing's making sense. You know, we're not connecting the dots a lot of time, and it's just like, are we really doing what we're supposed to do, or are we just bored? You know, I got a couple people that want to jump in and chime on.
Yeah,
Tron, man, what's going on?
I was about to say Tron.
Oh, go ahead, boss. Go ahead, go do your thing.
I know what Tron would say. Tron would say, not tonight. Follow emails. I know what he was gonna say. We're gonna make him laugh. Oh look, yo, gonna come now. We're gonna come to Tron. What's up? You had your hand up first. I ain't gonna do you like that, boss. What's good, man?
Hey, he forfeited. Let's go.
I couldn't unmute, but Snow is right. You know I'm gonna tell female John Gotti, not tonight. I got one more question. On this question, not tonight. But for real, I do got one more question though. So
I know my style. I know my stuff.
Whole hands going crazy.
So it and V kind of answered it, but it's like a second part to his question. So what, you know, I know why this incident specifically does it have everybody going crazy? Because, you know, it's a lot of events that went on that, you know, that was serious like this, and everybody just now partaking in it. So why, you know, I'm not saying that the incident wasn't serious, because it's very serious and it's very heartbreaking. But there was a lot of incidents before this one, you know, a lot of them. But why is it that now everybody's chiming in? Is it because of the media? Is it because of somebody, you know, 50 other people, you know, is commenting on it? So is it like a monkey see, monkey do thing? Because I know of a lot. I can name two or three events right off the back that was the same way as this one and didn't get as much attention as this. Is it because of COVID, like V said? Because we all sitting at home and now we don't have nothing to do. Like what is it about this specific event that got so much media attention?
Everybody got that. Everybody got time for one, and I'm gonna actually go to Yo because I know she want to comment on it. You go ahead and unmute yourself. Yo, I'm coming to you right next with it. But this happened at a time where everybody watching this time. Well, I know it played a part. But that's what we saying. Is it boy? Yo, what is it? Yo, why do you think this time was that time?
Yo, all right, so check this out, right? So I was listening to the young lady speak, and the words are powerful. Like so many times we miss stuff. We've been locked the fuck up in our house, isolation, right? We stressed out. We got bills. On top of that, we already dealing with ancestral anger. You know what I'm saying? And then we see this in our face. Come on, man. It's not, I mean, and I respect, I love the fact that he came out like, are we bored? Because I felt like I was like hitting the button over here. I was like, oh, hold up, wait a minute. Because, you know, it's always what, to say something and I'm definitely not saying this in a negative way, but I'm just saying to say something to bring out the answers and the energy. But we ain't bored. We tired. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like as the black race, we're carrying pain that I know I ain't picked not damn cotton. I seen the field in my granddaddy's yard. You know what I'm saying? I heard the stories. You know, I seen the movies and the reenactments of our past. I was taught the history. So that's that generational passed down stuff. You know what I'm saying? We ain't nothing but recipes, ingredients passed down through generations. So them eggs that they was cooking with back then, still them eggs in this generation right now, still part of the ingredients that make this madness, man. And we carry that pain. Ancestral anger is what we carry. We tired. We ain't bored. We pissed the fuck off. All right, thanks for letting me
No
chime
doubt,
in.
no doubt. Hey, talk your shit. Talk your shit. It kind of goes back. It kind of goes back to trauma, man. What makes this situation different than any other situation, man? We had so many of these situations up to this point, you know. So we do got a balance to it. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, man, boredom may be a wrong word, but at the end of the day, man, we have to know the answers. We have to know what the fuck is going on. What are we doing? We have to make sure we educate, more education. And definitely, man, do this thing right so we can actually do some stuff for real that's going to make a difference. Stuff that's going to make a difference, man. That's all, and I'm at with it, man. What are we going to do to make a difference? Because one blackout day, okay, cool. We've been protesting for what, about a week now? What have we accomplished so far?
Right. And the thing about it though is like what's not being reported, man, is like your body's dropping, protest, people getting shot, people like them protests is not peaceful, man. And even if they are, you considering it peaceful, it's not peaceful to the people in the communities that you protesting. You ain't having a protest in front of you. And that's the other thing. You got people running from all the way on another side of town to protest on a side of town and tear up on the side of town, and then they just leaving and going back up out of there. Female John Gotti, Charlotte in the building. What's up? So you had something else you want to add?
I just want to speak on what you said about the whole celebrity thing. You know, you have some celebrities that's willing to take that step. You have Colin Kaepernick, who started the legal program for all the protesters in Minneapolis. You know, you have, what's his name? The boxer. Floyd Mayweather, who offered to pay for the funeral. You know, you have different people who are trying. You have J. Cole, who was out here in Fayetteville walking with these people. You know what I'm saying? Like you have some people who care, some people who feel the pain that we feel. It's a lot of officers out here who feel how we feel. I was watching a video on Facebook the other day, and the white officer said this statement. He said, if we as officers do not stand up and do what's right and protect the people like we were supposed to do, then we are a part of the problem. He said the fact that we don't say anything and we allow it to happen makes us just as guilty as the person doing the action. And that's what it boils down to. It boils down to people wanting to be a part of a crowd, a part of a group, and scared to stand up and be singled out. We need to stop being nervous and stop being scared, and we need to be leaders and be individuals and be open-minded. And if we see something that's wrong, we need to stop it. We need to say something about it. Like, we damn near about to lose everything. Like, people don't even realize it. I understand we tired. I understand we frustrated. I can understand all of that. But at the end of the day, the people that's out there doing all this stuff is the same dudes that dropped out of high school, the same people that don't have no education, the same people that they don't have nothing to do with their time, the chicks that's on welfare. It's like the people who really consider their livelihood and who really think about, who really work hard in this country, they're not out there acting crazy. They're not out there stealing. They're not out there looting. They have some type of dignity about their pride, and they uphold themselves to the most respect. And I feel like us as people, that's what we should do. They don't fear the savagery. They fear the education. They always say, if you want to keep something from a black person, put it in a book. Well, we need to educate ourselves so we can get ahead, and we need to stop playing and acting like, oh, it's not a big deal because I'm going to turn up and I'm going to turn this bitch out. All like, it's dumb. Stupidity does not look good on us. and we keep acting like it's not a big deal. Oh, they gonna listen. They gonna listen. They don't have to listen. I was in the military. I know how it goes. When you think about people in the military, when we come in to do our job, it's a job. Because at the end of the day, we still get paid. We don't care about your city. We don't care about what you got going on. Because if they tell us to level it, we're going to shut it down. So I feel like people need to understand that at the end of the day, y'all can do what y'all do. Like, y'all tried to, like, I seen something on Facebook. It's like, y'all burning down the wrong places. Ain't nobody touched the IRS building. Ain't nobody touched the Pentagon. Like, it's these big buildings where these people make these big decisions, and y'all want to burn down a Food Lion. Y'all want to burn down a CVS. Y'all want to bust up the CNN building and set that on fire. Like, it don't make no sense because the actions that y'all taking aren't making any monumental moves.
Yeah.
Like, at all. We are so low level when it comes to trying to stir up some mess. It looks crazy. We look ridiculous. And it's like, if y'all not gonna bust the gate to the White House and get to that and burn it down, why he 5 bunkers down and he's safe and secure tweeting and stuff, ain't no point. Because we need to, if we gonna send a message, let's send a message. They stole $2.5 million out the bank since this rioting started. They stole $2.5 million. Have you seen any one of them people that stole that money out that bank try to help anybody? They broke into the Dodge dealership and stole the Demons and the Hellcats and all that stuff. Y'all stealing for personal pleasure. There is no substance behind any of this at all. And it's becoming ridiculous. And I'm kind of just over it at this point because everybody feel like, oh, we're doing it for a cause because we're tired. Yeah, but when this cause is over and you need to go to the store and get your grandma her medicine, where you go? When this cause is over and your baby needs some milk and some Pampers, where you going? I tried to go to Walmart the other day. They closed at 4:00. Since when does Walmart close at 4? Like, nobody's thinking about the aftermath. Nobody's thinking about the consequences to their actions. Life is about cause and effect. So what's going to happen now? We were supposed to get a second round of stimulus checks. Do you think they want to give us one now?
Heck no.
Half these people still out of jobs. We don't have no child care. A bunch of kids is finna fail the grade that they in because a lot of kids haven't been contacted because of all this stuff going on. They can't find the students so they can do their schoolwork and all this other stuff. Cause and effect. How is this going to affect your tax dollars? Because somebody going to pay for this. And that's what's real. Nobody is thinking about the aftermath. Everybody want to live in the moment, but smart people, they think about the future and how their actions are going to affect their future. And I understand that we trying to be peaceful. I understand it may be a lot of the other races that's starting these fires and stuff like that. Because people been going to jail. They just arrested the white boy for setting the place on fire, the government building and stuff like that. People been going to jail, and it ain't even our people, but our people are making us look crazy. It's like now they're gonna group us all together, and we're all gonna be thieves, and we're all gonna be like, they're gonna call us so many more names now. Nigga was just one, but we're showing true ignorance at this point. Because nobody is educating themselves on what's really going on. Nobody is really paying attention. The media lies to us 24/7. Nobody is really trying to get to the bottom of anything. And that it comes to a point where I understand enough is enough, but shit, you should feel like enough is enough and you want to know the truth. Join the military. Get to the bottom of it. That's what I did. I joined the military because I wanted to see the ins and outs of what's really going on. The reason I can't get sick is because when you join the military, they make you take all these pills. They got like swine flu, chicken pox, all them big the big diseases that was going on in the world, they make you take a cup of them and you walk through a line, they give you a vaccination for every last one of them. And I can't get sick. But when you learn things like that, you understand, oh, this is why people in the military do this, or this is why the country does that. If you want to educate yourself, then do something about it. Stop sitting around and thinking that it's just going to come to you, because it's not.
No doubt, man. Y'all already look, man, that's it. You know what I'm saying? It's a wrap. Y'all already stole the vibes, man. Look, we definitely appreciate everybody for rocking, man. We're going to be talking about it. Like we said, man, it's something that's ongoing. You know what I mean? So we're going to be keeping it, we keeping the conversation going. It can spill over to tomorrow. You have any updates. This what this platform is for, man. Any updates that y'all have. We want to know what's going on in y'all city. We want to get more, as much real information out as possible, man. As much real media as possible, man. That's what we want to make sure we're getting out here, and that, we just want to make sure we do provide a voice. You know what I mean? Y'all rock with us every night, 9 p.m., man, Eastern Standard Time. Y'all can rock with us, man, Tuesday through Sunday nights, man. Rock with us. Artists, we are still rocking with y'all. We getting into these topics, man. Artists, if y'all want to be on, though, man, make sure y'all have like a backstory, man. Have y'all manager to contact us. And, it's just a time to where, music, yeah, it's a thing, but it needs to be music that's impacted, man, and people can, be motivated by in light of what's going on, man. V. Carter, any other last words, man, that you want to give to people tonight before we wrap everything up, man?
Nah, man. I mean, I love everybody's point of views, man. This is the reason why we do this. This is the reason why this platform exists, to get the voices out, to get heard, because we always speak about education, but we have to show the ways on how to educate ourselves. This platform is one of those ways that we can use it. We can use this platform as a voice. We can collect a lot of information, and we can broadcast and get this stuff out as many people as possible. So we could start doing things that's going to make a change and make a difference in our, environment, in all of our communities, because man, it's so much stuff going on in 2020. Really, they can have the whole year back. Just start me over in 2019, or because this is a lot that we can handle. I mean, but we take it as we could. We take it every day. Like, we live life every day. Something's new every single day. So we have to just take life just like that. We have to live in the moment, and we have to see, because we can plan, but if we don't live in the moment to plan successfully, all the planning in the world ain't gonna help, because we're not guaranteed tomorrow. We still have to look at it as a human thing, that we all have an expiration date. But while we doing what we're doing and the time we have allowed it to us, we have to make sure that we're just using our time wisely, man. But other than that, man, it's been an awesome, amazing show, like always. To sit down, how we do it every night, 9 p.m. Tuesdays through Sundays. Might change it up a little bit, but for right now, man, we going hard in the paint. That's how we doing it.
Yeah.
Anybody got any last things? Just open it up for the Flow Snow. See if anybody want to say anything else, and then we end it out.
Got the boy Tron, man. You already know we got to go up top, man. Mr. Talk to Me Nice, or don't talk to me twice, man. What's good, man? You in a sit down? What's up with the wrap up?
Man, it just goes back to off of what female John Gotti said, man. We gotta educate ourselves, man, and we gotta have an end goal. But we've been fighting since the beginning of time. Black people have been fighting since the beginning of time. And sometimes we feel like we do things peacefully, we can't get our point across, but then when we go to fight, some people feel like this is the only way they can get the attention of others. I feel like we could do that, but without destroying stuff, or without without burning, without burning buildings or, crashing through stores and stuff like that. We can get our point across and just come collectively and do the smart thing. So, you know what? Female John Gotti, one last thing. Not tonight. Not tonight. Not tonight. Not tonight. Not tonight. I'm Mr. One More Question. Not tonight.
You already know.
Thought you had me for a second.
Yeah, look, you already know you want to get that in every night, man. Y'all already started. We do it, man, on the sit down. Yo, shout out to the team, man. Yo, shout out to Tron. Shout out to Female John Gotti. Yo, shout out to EC. And shout out to my guy Tyree, man. Some of the first ones that just really been rocking with us. Yo, a lot of things going behind the scenes. They really be lifting the load, man, off of myself and VDot Carter, man. So shout out to the team, man. Shout out to y'all with these hot topics. And yo, we're going to keep them going, man. Richie Snow, Mr. Full Sell or No Sell, VDot Carter on the ones and twos, Bangthebeatz production. Y'all have been tuned into another episode of The Sit Down. Till tomorrow, we out. Appreciate the love, Facebook. Appreciate the love, everybody. We out.